Welcome back to Liam Taylor Guitar. That's me, I'm Liam, I play guitar, and today we're getting festive, which is why I'm wearing a scarf indoors. So this is the first of two videos about making a Christmas single, hopefully working towards writing my own Christmas track. Spoiler alert, I've already written it. This week we're talking about instrumentation, scales and chords, and next week we'll be looking at lyrics, rhythm and structure. Let's just jump straight in with instrumentation. If you're writing a Christmas song, it's likely that you won't be playing it all year round, unless you're Wolfpack.
It's Christmas.
So you don't need to worry about whether or not the track is actually playable in a live situation. You can go nuts with layering because you probably won't be playing it live every week. Or maybe you're a bedroom producer, in which case the concept of ensemble doesn't really apply in the same way it does to people working with bands. There's a good variety of instruments we can use that will instantly make a listener feel festive, even if the lyrics to a song aren't necessarily that Christmassy. So we've got sleigh bells, obviously, I don't even really need to say why. We've got tubular bells, slightly less obvious. I guess anything metallic sounding with that kind of harsh timbre will make us think of winter. Or maybe it's the fact that we're hearing bells and bells remind us of the religious aspects of Christmas. The glockenspiel, again, a cold, harsh timbre. And I guess a glockenspiel kind of sounds like a toy as well, and Christmas is all about toys, right? Pizzicato strings, so violins or violas plucked with the finger rather than played with a bow. I don't know, they just sound Christmassy to me. Horn section, so not really an R&B horn section, but more of like a marching band horn section. Christmas brass is kind of an established thing. And choirs. If you grew up in the UK, you probably experienced a semi-religious Christmas choir at school, or maybe you got carolers on your doorstep. You could try to evoke these memories by using a choir, a children's choir, if you can get one. Now, I listened to a lot of Christmas music when I was writing this script, and there didn't seem to be much consensus on drum kit styles, or percussion in general. The Darkness use a rock kit because they're a rock band, Wham used an electro kit because they always did, Mariah Carey used a simple acoustic kit because she always did, and Run DMC used a sampler because they always did. All of the classic 1920s Christmas songs all used either a simple jazz kit or orchestral percussion because that's what they always used. What I'm getting at is you can pretty much use whatever kind of drum kit you always use, or take this as an excuse to try something you've never done before, because like I said earlier, you're probably not going to be playing this all year round. I think as long as you've got sleigh bells in there, you'll be fine. So for my ensemble, I think I'll probably go with my normal standard funky guitar, drum kit and bass, probably Hammond organ as well, because that's the kind of group that I write for predominantly at the moment. And if I can add in glockenspiel, sleigh bells and tubular bells, and probably a horn section, I think I'll be onto a winner there. So that's neatly covered instrumentation. Let's take a look at scales. In terms of the track's key, part of me wants to go C major because it feels simple and accessible and inclusive, but part of me wants to go A major because it just feels warm and red and nice. If I base it in C major, I can always nod towards A minor being the relative minor in some way, maybe a modulation in the bridge. Now, Christmas music is cheesy, properly cheesy, and what's the ultimate cheese move? A key change, obviously. So we are absolutely going to include a cheesy half-step transposition at the end of the song in addition to some kind of modulation in the bridge. In general, when choosing what key to base a song in, it's all about intuition. If you don't need a specific key because of the way instruments are tuned, then you pretty much choose whatever sounds best to you. Now we move on to chords. So there have been some videos floating around YouTube that claim to have discovered the secret Christmas chords, which are 1 dominant 7 or major 7, 4 and 2 diminished. This is what Mariah Carey used in All I Want for Christmas Is You, most likely referencing Irving Berlin's White Christmas. This chord progression is evocative of early 20th century pop music, which is an era that seems to really fit the whole Christmas vibe quite well. Maybe it's because most of us spend time with our grandparents at Christmas. I don't know, I'm not a musicologist. Not yet, anyway. But that's maybe why Mariah Carey used those chords to try and evoke that feeling, and it's probably why we still hear that song every year. multiple times. Interestingly, the 2 diminished chord doesn't really fit. It kind of puts the whole key in minor rather than the major of the preceding chords, and that gives us this sort of wistful feeling, swapping between happy and sad keys. That's what a lot of people feel at Christmas, a joy in celebrating that time of year, but often a kind of wish that a specific someone was there, a partner, or maybe a relative that's recently passed away. Anyway, I'm going to steal that chord progression. Other than that pattern, many chord progressions in Christmas songs rely on standard patterns. The 1-4-5 from blues and rock is always a solid choice, but the jazzy 2-5-1 is especially big in Christmas because, again, 1920s nostalgia. The great thing about these standard chord progressions is that they evoke a specific feeling without being problematic in terms of copyright because there's just so many songs written with those patterns. I guess, really, as long as you avoid using the contemporary pop pattern of 1-5-6-4, you'll be fine. You could write a pop hit with that, but a Christmas one? Probably not. That was part 1 of how to write a Christmas hit. Tune in next Friday at 4 PM GMT to see part 2, which is all about lyrics, rhythm, and structure, and to actually hear the track that I've written as well. See you then.